What is going on, everyone? How are we doing today? NBZ here, and I'm bringing you the first footage I have of my HD PVR, my gaming edition, which, if you saw maybe a few days ago, I uploaded a video of me unboxing it and kind of showing all the stuff inside and what was going on. But, you know, I didn't upload a video of footage. And people, I don't know if people questioned it or not, like what was going on, but I said on my Facebook page that basically I had a bit of an issue with PVR to start with. What had happened is that the new TV that I had bought didn't actually have any sort of input at the back for component inputs. Now, if you know how the HD PVR works, you'll know that it is necessary for it to use component inputs, otherwise you cannot do it, and it doesn't have an HDMI option. So the problem there is that I have two HDMI slots in the back of my television, and I don't have the 5-slot component cable thing. So I opened it up and I was setting it up and it was all good, and all of a sudden I was like, well shit, there's nowhere I can plug these cables into my television. What the fuck do I do? I don't want to go buy a new television because I just spent like however many quids on my first one. And, you know, I suppose I could have taken it back and then had a look to find a television of the same sort of size, which did have the inputs in the back. But, you know, from what I was kind of judging was these kind of size of televisions didn't have the component inputs I needed. So what I essentially did was I did some research online, and I found that there were a few people who had the same issue as me, because the HD PVR obviously doesn't support HDMI, and if your TV/monitor, there are lots of people with monitors who have this issue because monitors don't support the component input, just the HDMI input, and they were all like, okay, this is a bad thing, what do I do? And so I googled a bit more, and I found a solution, which was to get a splitter for the thing, which was basically an HDMI to component sort of box thing. And essentially what it did was it took the 5 component parts and transferred them into this box, and out the other side you'd have your HDMI cable, and you would put the HDMI cable from the box to the television, and that was the theory. What would happen, it would work, because, you know, it would use the HDMI sort of converter thing, and everyone would be happy and it would be fun times. So I did that, and I ordered the splitter to come, and it actually arrived today, this morning. So basically what I've spent the entire day doing is essentially trying to figure this thing out and how it would work and how I'd be able to record on my television and also on the computer at the same time. And what I came across was a bit of an issue that I think lots of people run into when they do this, and it's kind of difficult to explain. But essentially what I was trying to do was to get the settings on my PS3 to change to component settings. The problem with this is the fact that my TV doesn't have an AV source which goes to component, and so essentially what I had to do was, instead of being able to switch it on my TV, which was practically impossible, because what I had to do was I had to take the HDMI cable from the PS3 while it was setting up and unplug it, plug it into the adapter while it was doing the changing of the settings, and apparently it didn't like that, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. And I honestly have no idea, if you don't have a component channel on your TV, how you're supposed to change the PS3 settings to make it component, to make it stay on the component channel when you don't want it to be HDMI. So this is really causing me lots of issues, and I was kind of banging my head against the wall. I looked at other options, and another option was to get an HDMI splitter, which is to plug an HDMI splitter into the PS3 and then have one HDMI cable go from the PS3 to the TV, and the other one go from the PS3 to the HD PVR. So I was thinking, well, I've just spent like 40 quid on this one splitter. Am I going to spend like another 10, 20 on another few pieces of equipment? Because it was getting ridiculous at this point. I was thinking, this is absolutely stupid. Like, what is going on? So I didn't really know what I was going to do. And so then I had a brainwave, and my brainwave was to go downstairs to my actual big TV downstairs, which does have component inputs, and I set up my entire setup down there but I didn't bring the little component adapter box with the HDMI to component adaptation because I didn't need it, because I could just plug the component cable straight into my big TV downstairs. So I did that, and I was able to change the settings so that the PS3 outputted with component instead of HDMI. So the TV was set to component, and it was all ready to record with the HD PVR. I did a little bit of a test recording to make sure that the PVR was running perfectly, and then that was fine. And then I didn't change it back to HDMI, I just left it on component settings, and I brought my small TV downstairs, plugged all the bits in, as I had done before, opened it up, switched it on, and lo and behold, it worked. So because I had another TV, I was actually able to change the settings so that the component thing would be selected. Otherwise, I have no fucking clue what I would have done. I would have had to get extra equipment to do this, but, you know, thankfully I was brainwave-ish enough to figure this out, and Jesus Christ, you have to be like a fucking genius to sort things out like this. It's stupid. It really is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened, and it did work with my small TV, and so I was able to bring everything back upstairs and just leave it on the component setting so that I don't have to deal with changing it anymore. You know, that's what goes down. So there you go. That's my story. That's how much of a painful day in the ass, or how much a pain my day has been in the ass, I guess, to try and bring you guys some footage today. This was easy to record. All this footage you're seeing now, I've done like in the last maybe half an hour or so. I was just recording some footage to put behind my talking about my dilemma problem issues, just so that you guys can sort of have something to watch while I yatter on about it, and also kind of show you a bit of a variety of what it looks like with different PS3 games, so to hopefully give you sort of an idea what stuff I would maybe will LP in the future. But yeah, that's that done. There are a couple of more issues I have with it. The first one actually was that it wasn't gonna work in Sony Vegas to begin with, so I had to research that, and apparently the drivers that they give you with the disc make it so that it crashes Sony Vegas when you open it in Sony Vegas. So I had to go and uninstall everything and download new drivers, because some guy on YouTube told me I need these drivers, not the other ones. So now I have new drivers, and now it's all working perfectly fine, and I can record, and I can also edit in Vegas, which is exactly what I want to do, because Vegas is the best editing program that I have, and it's the one I like using. So thankfully that's sorted out. Another little issue is that there is some lag when I record. Obviously Spade has this same issue. You know, when Spade uploaded his video with his PVR stuff, he said that he had lag from when on the computer it was lagging from the TV screen. I don't think that'll be a massive issue for me, just because I can just take Audacity and sort of synchronize it and hopefully make it work in that way. It shouldn't be too big of an issue, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna pretty much say to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this footage, and let me know what you think of the quality. Make sure you're going to be watching this. I was stupid to say at the end of the video, but you should definitely watch this in 720p, and hopefully it will turn out nicely. I have, you know, I've made the saturation a bit better and changed some of the colors up so it's a bit more bright and colorful. And hopefully it's good enough. So thank you very much guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys very soon next time when I do some PVR stuff. I'm not sure quite when I will, because I've got lots of stuff going on my channel at the moment, but if I do, then you'll see it very soon. So thank you very much for watching guys. Thank you for listening to my tale of tragedy and pain and annoyance, but it's all done in the end, and I persevered and I got it sorted. So here you go.